Are we live? Oh, we're live. Blessings, blessings, banner. Second blessed word in the country. Bam. We're on. We're live. Thursday, 12th. Thursday, the 12th of December, 2024. In a couple of days, we'll be out. Couple of days, we'll be out. Just a couple of days until the year ends. Just a couple of days. Joining. Boom, Kasongo. Winning, victory, killing, victor. Blessings. Blessings. And blessings. And blessings. And blessings. Come on. Blessings. And blessings. And blessings. And blessings. Blessings and blessings and blessings. I'm gonna check my left blessings, put them in the box. Check my right blessings, put them in the box. Top my front blessings, put them in the box. Also my back blessings, put them on the top. I shall take all my burden, put them in the box. Take every burden, put it in the box. Shall take every guilt, put it in the box. And every shame I shall take, put it in the box. Shake, 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 shake. Turn it into a blessing. Shake, 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 shake. Turn it into a blessing. Shake, 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 shake. Turn it into a blessing. Shake, shake, shake. Turn it into a blessing. Blessings and blessings and blessings and shake it, shake it, shake it and blessings. Trying to get my energy up, you know. Trying to do my stretch. When I start up, we're going in live soon. In some couple of seconds. What do we title this one? We title this one God of Standards. This one is a good one. It's a really great one because there is God and there is standards in this one. So I need you to understand whatever there's God and there is standard, and you know you are a child of God and you know that you live by standards. So there is God and there is standard. So today I'm about to tap into the nature of the Father, meaning the standards that the Father has, which means the Father have standards. Ready? So I'm going to take left blessings and throw them in the box. Right ones too, throw them in the box. Shake, shake, shake. Put them together. Compress, compress. Shaking them down and upside down. Shake, 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 shake. Create room to take more blessings. Put them in. Take more blessings. Put them in. From the front to the blade and the back. Put them in. Shake, shake, shake. Compress. Shake and down. Shake, 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 shake. Facing onto you and bless you. Blessings and blessings. Blessings and welcome back to the game with Mars Live. Each and every day you understand the amazing live. Yes. Amazing lives, yes, amazing lives. And I don't know what episode we are on, bros. We've been killing these ones, but they come in like each and every weekday from Monday to Friday, 2:30, 2:03. We are live, dropping bars from Mars each and every time. So if you're joining for the first time and you're like, what is going on? You're joining for the first time and like, who's this guy? Who's this super amazing one? My name is Mars. I'm the amazing Alpha. I'm a heaven citizen sent here on earth. I'm on a mission to fulfill God's purpose. My mission is to make sure the good news is surely learned, is understood, and is applied by you. This mission surely seems so impossible, but I have partnered with the Lord Almighty, Adonai, creator of the universe, the owner of earth, partnered with him together so that we can give you an amazing alpha experience. So if you're like, what? So what is the agenda of this thing? The agenda of this thing is protecting womanhood and promoting manhood. Why? Because whatever that you can celebrate and elevate, guess what you are doing to it? You are elevating it. If you checked, I've been working on earth recently. I saw it with my own eyes. These nice, beautiful eyes. I saw it. I was going around the earth, then I saw the marching. They have something called a gay month. There's something they call a pride month. The gays, they have their own month on our dead planet. Can you believe it? So guess what I said? We came here to make it official right here on the Boom Nation. That each and every May is officially Man Month. Yes, each and every May is officially Male Month. Yes, May, we celebrate manness. May, we celebrate male. May, we celebrate men. Why? Because whatever that you can celebrate, you can surely elevate. Do not forget. So why? So that we can elevate it. Do not forget, okay? So today we titled this one, God of Standards. I'm sure like, what does that mean? It means God of Standards. That's what we titled this one. God of Standards. Why? Because God have standards. There's a lot of people that just live their life randomly, going around without standards, going around without statues that guides them so that they can not go overboard. I'm telling you. So in the Boom Nation, we did a couple of research, went deep down inside in the garden, and we made sure we did some underground research. And the researching on success, on how what makes killers kill. So we went and interviewed all the killers that once walked earth. So we went up in heaven and we interviewed everyone who ever walked earth already. And we're like, so what made you win on earth? So we interviewed Abraham, interviewed David, all the killers that you know, Abraham Lincoln, oh, everyone that you have ever known, Alexander the Great, everyone. We interviewed. So as we were interviewing all these guys, we were asking them, then there's one thing that we saw that these guys had in common, that all of these guys, they had standards. So like, what do you mean, Miles, when you say standards? I mean that in your life, do you have standards? Because all the successful people that have ever walked earth, the reason why they became successful, because they had standards. They had certain things in life that they could say no to. They had the rules, they had boundaries that govern them. Because once you just live your life and without governance, once you just live your life without rules that govern your success, guess what? You're just going to be roaming around, being thrown left, being thrown right, just living earth like. Then we had a hard time on earth. Then you're like, it was so hard. When you're chilling with us, we're like, it was so fun. Did you have a good time on earth? You had a bad time on earth. Why? Because of that governance. So, guess what I discovered? I discovered something that was amazing in our research. Then went deeper into the Lord, the owner himself, the creator. Then we asked the Lord, why is it that the Lord success? What is it that there is success in the success? Father, what is it that the universe, your planet, runs successfully? The galaxy ran successfully. Why? Then the Father was like, because I put boundaries, I put limits, I put laws that govern each and everything. Then I was like, what? That's why that moon cannot crash into the sun, because I put in laws that govern these two both so that these things can work functionally together. Then I'm like, okay, Lord, so you're telling me that each and every thing to function, it still has to operate to the laws even everywhere? Then it's like, yes, everywhere. Then I'm like, so Lord, what should I know? Then I said, what you should know is that my laws, my standards, my boundaries are just like God's. God's standards do not move. God's standards are just statues. Then I was like, what does that mean? So I was reading in the book of David, and David was talking about the statues, of the laws of God are like statues. So when you think of the word statue, right? I want you to picture a statue, like a Mandela statue, standing like this. Since we're in Africa, we know a Mandela statue, all of us. So you see a Mandela statue standing like this. You ever seen a Mandela statue which is in the square? Standing there in Mandela Square? It's like this. Winter comes, the statue is like this. Summer comes, see right now what it is. That statue of Mandela just being hit by the heat sun. Then autumn comes, that statue is being hit. Then spring comes, that statue is being hit. So God is saying, God's statues, his laws are just like statues. You're like, what do you mean, man? It's same like the Mandela statue. When summer comes, it's standing like this. When autumn comes, standing like this. Winter comes, coming like this. Even when it's raining, standing like this. Right now it's hot. It's very, very hot. It's standing like this. Why? It does not move. It does not hide from the sun. It does not hide from the rain. Why? Because God's laws are established just like statues. I'm telling you, you ever seen a statue move? You ever seen a statue blink? You ever seen a statue look right or look left? No, that's a creepy statue. Statues don't do that. Why? Because statues do not move. Why? So God was like, my laws, Mars, are just like statues. I was like, God, your laws are just like statues? He's like, yeah, they don't move. Even if a bird comes and stands on top of me and poop, the bird is going to poop until it gets tired. Then it's going to move. But the laws of God don't change. So God is saying his laws, his standards that he operates on don't change. So I see a lot of people, they go out into the world, they don't know themselves. So they adjust in time depending on who they see. So when they see someone who is trying to be cool, they're trying to be cooler now. They wear these cool brands, they're trying to walk cool, trying to be cool with that person. Then when things are, when they meet another person who likes these things, they go again, they're cool again, they like it. God is like, no. Calm down, slow down. You have standards. Once you have standards, once you have boundaries, once you have limitations that govern you, guess what? You shall flow nicely as a river. So like, why, man? Then I was like, God, Why is a river? Then God was like, river, bank. Then I was like, what? Then God was like, my laws are like the banks of the river. So the banks are the sides of the river. The banks are the one that governs the river. So for the river to keep on with the flow is governed by the banks, because the banks are the sides of the river. That makes the river flow nicely. So God is like son, God is like daughter, God is like child. My laws are just like the banks. So as you are flowing through, you need to be governed by the banks. And as you are governed through by the banks, guess what? You are governed all the way to the ocean. You're like, what? Yeah, to success. You're like, what? Yes, to unlimited waters. Yes, to waters that do not die, and that shall not be drinking. You see now? So as you start understanding now that God is like speaking through all this word written in all this dimension, all what he's doing is he's speaking his word to you. So now as you are sitting there as a child of God, you are sitting there as a child of God, you're asking yourself, so you're like, so I should have standards. Yes. So once I have my standard, they shall not move. They shall surely be statues. Yes. Now you have standards. You live a certain type of way. Why? Because these standards that you live by are the standards that govern you. These standards that you live by are the banks that governs your river, so that you cannot be overflown and take a gamut out here. Why? Because you are that water that is floating towards the oceans. Yes. So I'm like, what? I got excited. Now I'm in heaven there. I'm getting excited. I'm jumping around. I'm like, God, this is getting exciting. Then God is like, yes, son. I need you to understand that I am a God of standards. Then I'm like, why? Then he's like, let's go back into the time of Moses. The time when I gave Moses the first commandments, the 10 commandments. Read the first. It's like, okay. Then I went, wow, open Exodus, read the first commandment. So the first commandment that God wrote in the commandments that he gave Moses, which were 10, was, you shall worship only God alone as your Lord, and you shall not have other gods, and you shall not worship other gods besides God alone. I was like, that's the first law? And he's like, yes. Then I was like, what? Why is this the first law? Then he was like, this first law is not just a first law. This is the standard that I operate on. So you as a person, you should operate on that standard, that unbreakable standard. So God is the only way he can know that you are with him is when you are operating on that highest standard, which is you worshiping only him as God alone. The moment you said opening another God, he knows, you're out of standard. So you're out of him. So you too, you need to understand that these standards are literally boundaries that are statues, and that cannot be adjusted. Other people, they adjust depending on who they meet. Other people, they adjust depending on what they are being offered. Other people, they adjust depending on how much. You've ever seen that saying that everybody have a price? It's not like everybody have a price. It's more on like of everybody have a standard. Because once you are a person of standard, then there is a standard that you put on. Then your standard is being broken. So you have the decision now. Either you're gonna allow your standards to be broken to enter into any scenario, or your standards is what you operate on, because these are your statues. Like the Lord is saying, your boundaries are just like the statues. They don't move. When summer comes, the statue keeps on standing. When winter comes, the statue keeps on standing. Autumn also comes, the statue does not move. Same as your laws. Your laws should be your standards. They don't move depending on the character. They do not move depending on the mood. They do not move depending on the mood of the weather. No, the statue keeps on standing. You can go. Have you ever seen? I want you today to try it out. In each and every way you're watching this for. There is a statue, right? I want you to go to that statue to show you that God's laws are like statue. I want you to go to that statue and kick it. Kick the statue. Kick it again. And kick it again. And keep kicking the statue. I want you to see if the statue is going to move and kick you back. It's not. You're going to keep on kicking and kicking and kicking and kicking until your leg is what? Swollen. Then you are now walking there, leaning, pulling your leg. Why? Because the statue does not move. So God is saying, my laws are like statues. My standards are like statues. Meaning, once you put your standards, it does not move. It can come and be kicked. Bang. It can come and be kicked by the world. Come and be kicked by problems. Can be kicked by leg. Can't be kicked by whatever. Or can't be kicked by anything. You do not move. You're a statue. Just holding on until the problem itself moves away. That's why even summer comes, it will be raining. The statue will be still standing. Just imagine, legendary Mandela statue is being rained on. Summer comes, then it's hitting on it. Just imagine, legendary statue is being heated on. Why? Because statues do not move. They're not going to go for the shade. Why? They just stand. Why? Because they are the laws of God. So you're like, so you're telling me that God's laws are just like statues, and God is saying that I should have standards just like statues? Correctly. So once you put your statues just like God, once you put your statues just like laws, once you live by what you say and say by what you live and live by what you do, guess what? You shall not be moved. Once you become that statue that is solid, because once a sculpture who sculptures the statue, once he sculptures a statue to do this, the statue is going to stay like this forever until you like this video. The statue will be just like this. Then you like it again, you like the love again, you like it more. Why? Then the statue stays like this. Then once a sculpture sculpt the statue and it stays like this, it stays like that, like this, stays like that. The big smile, it stays like that. It does not move forever and ever. So God is saying, I need you to be like me, to be like your father. I am a God of standards, and my laws are like statues. They don't move depending on the weather or the character. They do not move depending on who comes. And no, it stays the same. So you too have your character and have your statues the same. Have standards. And once you put your standards now into the world, guess what? Even you start trusting yourself. Because a lot of people, we suffer not from the trust of others. Because we think, we need to convince others that we are the one. No. We already failed the most important job, convincing you that you are the one. Because how many times have you set standard and say, these are my standards, I don't operate on this, I don't do this. Then you were tested by some rain. You're like, this is my laws now, these are my statue. You're like, I statue this statue like this. Then some rain comes, then the rains on the statue, then it melts. Said, how many times have you ever done a statue and the statue is doing like this? It's a thumbs up statue. Then the wind comes, it blows the whole head away. How many times have you put on a standard and not live by it? So the trust that we're surely failing from is the trust not of self. Is the trust, not trust of others, is the trust of self. Why? Because we have set so many standards on our own and we have broken those standards. We've set so many standards, say, I won't do this, then you already did it. So the self itself does not trust. That's why that insecurity comes. So when you go out in the world now, the insecurity is not the insecurity of others. No. You don't know them. Security is on you. Why? Because you have put on those standards. After you put on those standards, you sold out for those standards. You broke your word. So after you broke your word now, guess what? You don't trust thyself. So once you don't trust thyself, even when you say, I'm going to make it, I'm going to be successful, you don't even believe it. You're like, I've lied so much. I've said so many things I never did. So hey, this might be one of them. Yes, life, we're going on, you gotta live this one. So yes, but once you start put on your standards, your statutes now, so you live like God, you put your laws and you say, I'm this kind of person, I live like this. I don't break my laws, I'm this kind of person, I live like this. Guess what? You start trusting yourself. So the next time you're gonna stand up and say, I'm gonna be successful, I'm tired of this shit now, I'm not gonna be slaving here, I'm out, I'm gonna do something. The moment you say it, it's like you even see that day the weather will change. Because you know, even the universe knows that when you say something, you mean it. I'm telling you, most of the time I've said something and I do this, the weather even changes. Because it knows the law has been signed into the universe, because whatever that man says is gonna do it. Success means he's gonna do it. So you too, you need to be that kind of person that have that self-trust, that standard like God. Because once you have those standards like God, guess what? These standards are unlimited standards. And once you have those standards like God, guess what? These standards, the standard that makes you go onto the world courageous, going onto the world victorious, going onto the world secure, knowing that I am a person who says what I am, and I am a person who says what I do, and I've never lied to myself, and I'll not lie to myself. So now when you say, I'm going out into the world to make certain amount, I'm going to the world to chase this day, to go into the world to make a change. Guess what? When you go out in the world knows. He doesn't lie. He does not mess around. He does not kid. He does not fool around. He doesn't have time to lie. He doesn't have time to mess around. He said he's going to do what? He's going to do it. He's going to do it. She said, what? She's gonna change the world. That's what she said. Because the universe itself knows. You see, the moment you say, I want to do something, the weather changes. Why? Because God knows. This guy's not a player. Listen, God knows that this guy, he knows who he is, and whatever he says he is who he is, and who he is what he does, and when he says he's gonna do it, he surely does it. So right now, when you go out in the world, guess what? You're backed up now with unlimited universal backup. Guys, I'm telling you, once you have a universal backup of your word, you want the universe like, nah, he said he's gonna do it. So even if you're doing it, then you fail. The universe will be like, nah, but guys, you know him, he's one of us, he's a winner. Okay, he failed, but you know, since he said it, they just give him a win. It's not fair, let's give him a win. Win. Then you end up getting victorious unexpected. Why? Because the universe trusts in you. The universe believes in you. So it knows that whatever you say you do. So even when you said you're going to do it, even if you do not do it because of due time or delay, it's going to make sure it helps you. Success, it helps you prosper. Why? Because you are that person that lives on standards. I'm telling you, God himself is a God of standards. There's a time in the Bible when there was one person on the planet. Can you picture that? You are a creator. You designed one product. Then this one product that you have designed have a failure, right? What did you do? I would take it and throw it in the dustbin, right? And create a new product and not tell anyone that you once had the failure. Then you produce to the world what? The best product, right? Let me tell you how important God's standards are. God created Adam and Eve. There are only two beings, two products, right? Then he's like, bam, earth. And he left Adam and Eve on the earth. Then Adam and Eve told them, if you eat on this apple, and if you eat on it, you shall surely die. Right? And he died. Then they were deceived. They ate the apple. After they ate the apple, God came and said, hey, but don't you not eat the apple? They was like, my God, you know. There was a guy, God said, I don't care about that. Listen up. I'm a God of standards. You're gonna since I'm a God of standards, you shall surely die. God could have said, nah, Adam, nobody saw me. Nah, Adam, it's okay. You know what? I'm just gonna delete this picture. We're not gonna tell anyone, okay? You Adam, Eve, let's wipe this apple thing. Don't tell anyone you ate apple. But God is a God of standards. God is a God of his word. God is a God who lives what he says and says what he says. He was like, flop. I can't mess up my word. I can't turn my word. So what am I gonna do? You guys, now you have to die. I am my first two kids, but you have to die. Let's imagine if you were the day that your only two kids, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say, so my only two kids, let's just make a failure, let's just cover this up, right? God was like, no, can't cover this up. That's why even the devil made them think, because the devil knows. That's how he got kicked out of heaven. This was guy, God's cool guy. Lucifer was the cool guy, walking in heaven with God, dancing on playing the music. God liked Lucifer. Lucifer was the coolest guy in heaven. But guess what? Because of the word, guess what God did? Kicked him away. God liked Lucifer. God could have said, nah, Lucifer, come. Shut up. Switch off. Then take out something, put another file in him. Then say, wipe out all the history. Say, nah, no one saw it. Jesus, it's you and me, okay? It's just cool. This angel just had a flop. We fixed it. It's a fixed angel now. No, it was like, this angel is a mess. Ouch. Why? Because he knows that it is words. You know what I mean? He's the God of standards. So he's like, Lucifer, you are my only loved angel, but you try to rebel on heaven. And once you try to rebel in heaven, you know there's that place that we stay under earth, which is called hell, which we put people who rebel. So it's one of you who just rebelled. Man, I can't do anything because of the law. You have to go down. That's how much God keeps his word. So even us, when we go into the world and we lie in front of God, when we go in the world, we're like, God, you know, only God, if you're going to give me this, I'm going to change. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be a better person. Give me this job, God, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to start doing good. I'm going to stop all these bad habits. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop smoking. Me, God, I'm telling you. Just start giving me more money, you see. Then God starts like, okay. Then God starts giving you more money. Then you start going rebellious. He's trying to teach, like, daughter, you are not breaking God. You are breaking yourself, because the laws themselves, the statutes, once you kick it and kick it and kick it, guess what? Your leg is the one that's going to be in pain. A statue does not have feelings. A statue does not have pain. A statue is not going to change. So there you are right now. You're like, wow. So you are telling me my life lived by laws, and these laws don't move. These laws shall never move. God's laws don't change. Even Christ was us. So Jesus, when is these new laws are going to expire? Then Christ was like, hey. Heaven might pass, earth might pass, then maybe after, then we'll do the negotiations of changing the laws. Not now. Let's imagine. Christ is like, so heaven, look, is still there. Earth is still here. So that means soon anytime soon. Okay? So the code of laws, the laws of God are still standing. So God is saying he is a God of standards. Not because of standards because he likes nicer things. No, no. He is a God of standards because the standards are the laws. The law, why are the laws so important? The laws are so important because they don't govern you from God. No, the laws are so important because they govern you from splashing all over. You're like a river. Just imagine a river is floating with 300 liters, right? A river is 300 liters in this river and it's floating going all the way into that ocean, right? So this river is floating into the ocean. So God is saying, my laws are like the banks of the river, which means the sides of the river. Are like the banks of the river. So as you float nicely aside of the banks. Don't float over the banks. Because once you float over the banks, guess what? By the time that 300 liters arrives there, the ocean. So long as 300 liters. It's maybe 250. Why? Because 50 was just floating aside. So God is saying, once you stick into the laws, you stick into your purpose. And once you stick into your purpose, you will find yourself successful. You will live your full potential. So people don't understand that there are 300 liters floating to the ocean. And if they break a law, they come out of the banks. Break a law, a liter after the banks. Break a law, a liter out of the banks. Before you know it, the moment you get to the ocean, you're left 100 liters. So Christ is here to tell you that God is a God of standards. And I want you to hear this. You shall live by standards. And once you keep your standards are like laws. Your standards are like statutes. And your statutes and your laws do not change. Not according to the people, not according to whoever. So that, but I like them or like them. No, no. These are laws, are principalities. These are banks that govern you. You do not lose a liter. You shall not lose a liter. You shall float all the way to the end. Right? So now you're like, okay, Mars, I get it. So now I'm gonna keep the laws. So since I have kept the laws, Mars, I have tried it. You know, you don't understand. I'm trying to make change, but every time I start to stick by the laws, things start becoming tougher day by day. It just become harder day by day. They're like, it's like challenging and challenging and challenging. How can I keep into my path, into my river, so that I won't float outside the banks and lose some potential? It's true. It's really true. A lot of times we get distracted. Why? Because as we start floating, so as we are floating, God will bless us in a certain way, right? So God will bless us in a certain way. We'll be like, today I'm blessing you in this way. Then tomorrow we go, then we expect God again to bless you in the same way. But God always is doing a new thing each and every day. Yeah. So there's an important verse which says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on them. See, I am doing a new thing each and every day. So God is doing a new thing each and every day. So the way your yesterday was is different from today. Why? Because today is a new day. That's why it's called today. So today I want you to be looking forward for opportunities. I want you to look forward for blessings. I want you to look forward for change through different opportunities. What do I mean? I mean that I need you to open up your eyes. Not only your eyes so that you can be able to see with your eyes. No, but so that you can be able to see with your heart. The opportunities allows you are unlimited. The opportunities that are out there are unpotent. And the potential that you solely have is unlimited. And out there, there's unkept opportunities. But you need to start looking at them in a different way. Why? Because God is solving problems. And God is solving problems every day. And He's surely solving them a different way. So once you start understanding that God solves problems every day, but He solves them in a different way, guess what? You go out into the world with a different opening of your eye. Understanding that these problems are surely going to be solved a different way. So now, you surely know God is doing a new thing each and every day. You surely knew that you are the problem. You broke your standards. You break your standards. You always understand. Now you know that God is a God of standards. And you understand that you keeping your standard is not doing anyone best. It's doing you the best. Why? Because these standards that you keep are not just normal, are essential so that you can become the best of yourself. So as you go out into the world today, you think differently. As you go out into the world there, you're a different person. As you go out, you look at Earth and you're like, wow, what a beautiful planet it is. Then you look at all the potentials, unlimited one, uncapped potential that you have. Then you think and you suggest yourself, how can I make a change? How can I make it better? How can I take today and make it an impact and make this life of myself a better life, right? I need you to understand, you need to have standards. You just need to be not to be a person who's just randomly living, unaware of the world, not paying attention to the reality of the world. Because if you do not pay attention into the world, guarantee you will pay for the attention that you did not pay for. Paying attention is surely paying attention, like they say, pay attention. So if you are paying attention to a lot of things, it's surely paying attention. Because that attention is important. Why? Because we're living in an economy world. We're living in an attention economy world. So the more attention that you pay, the more God that you get. So as you pay attention, you're literally reserving all the spaces into the world for you so that you are going to enter. Because already you paid attention, your attention is fully paid. Because if you don't pay attention, you surely pay for that attention that is unpaid. So you shall go out into the world there and you shall believe differently, understanding that you are a different person and you have unlimited potential and capability inside of you. But that potential needs to be tapped into. It's not just, it's there, it's reserved already. It just wants you to unlock it, tap into it, drive it, build it, and make sure you make a huge impact out of yourself. And how you're going to do that is going to require you to understand that everything that's going to happen from now on going forward is going to be your fault. It's your responsibility. You shall be the one who implements the change. You shall be the one who works for the change. You shall be the one who works to make the change. No one is coming to save you. You're already here. You watching this already means that you're already here. Whatever year you're watching, you're already here. So you can make this impact. So as you go out in the world, you know now that you're not just anybody. You're a child of God. You're from heaven, sent you on earth on a real big mission. All you need to do is make a huge impact into your life and make change into those around you. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May everything that you touch become a blessing and go out into the world and become a winner, a killer, a victorious victor, and go out into the world, not being victimized to the world. And stand up for what you believe in and stand up for something. And after that, you're gonna become victorious. Yep. And that was the one for the day, one for today, one for the day. Yeah, man, this is the one for today, the one for the day. Yeah, the one for today. Yeah, man. Dun, dun, this is the one. This is the one for today. It's a nice one. This is the one for today, the one for the day. It's nice one for today. So guys, you see, we got unlimited. So your favorite rapper is still making an album, right? Nice. Blessings to Songo. Staying winning, killing victory, staying amazing. Let's go kill it. Let's go win it. Let's go victorious. Bene, bene, bene. Second best water in the country is bene. Bene, bene, bene. Blessings.